Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a StarCraft 2 cast from myself, Duckville. Welcome to Belshire Vestige. We've got a Protoss versus Zerg coming at you today. It is a very interesting one featuring two names who you definitely would have seen at WCS America, whether it be, well, actually in both, in the Premier League and in the Challenger League. Up at the top left-hand side is our Red Zerg player currently playing for Team EG. It is Suppy. And Suppy's a really wonderful rising. Well, is he still a rising star? I don't know. Like, there's a thing with rising stars. You kind of refer to them as very young people who are still up and coming. But I mean, has Suppy really made his presence now? Is he kind of like he is a star? I'm not sure. I'll let you guys decide. But obviously participating in the WCS America. Unfortunately today he actually just fell out of the Challenger League. Had a very interesting battle with Root Gaming's Puck. And was yeah, unfortunately taken out by Puck in straight matches there. So that was a 2-0 for Puck in that game. So Puck moves on to the next set. Meanwhile, Puck's Protoss brethren here down at the bottom right hand side, he certainly made his name a little bit more known when it came to WCS America. It is Hellokitty, who is now a part of Team Fnatic. We'll see what happens here. We've got, they're saying a few things. In fact, they're still chatting. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but Hellokitty going to start us off with a gateway into double gas here as well before the Cybernetics core. So the possibilities for Hellokitty extend out to things like the old proxy Stargate oracles, like the, you know, possible DTs, these kinds of things. I personally myself do a Colossus drop with a Warp Prism off 2 gas. And speaking of Warp Prisms, they're going to get a very awesome buff, which for me is going to be quite funny. Whoa, Suppy! Apparently Hellokitty's a bit talkative. This is an interesting topic, whether people are a little bit too talkative when it comes to games. I know a lot of people, especially at the high level, when there's just a lot of people who you play against a lot of the same sort of people. Like obviously both of these guys are in the Grandmasters ladder on NA. It's interesting though, sort of whether people get, you know, a little bit upset about talking too much or talking too little. Some people get a bit upset when you don't say good luck, have fun back, all these kinds of things. But Suppy is making that well known that he's a little bit upset about that. But anyway, Hellokitty, as you can see, has gone for a gateway expand after that that quick double gas to Cyber is all ready to rumble. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a delay there on the Warp Gate tech. It finally gets started. Mothership Core pops out. So this is something which has just been a very sort of standard sort of way to play for Protoss players. There's a few variations of how you sort of open up with this build. As we can see here, Hellokitty's actually done something which I don't see too many players do these days, or sort of at the moment. There is one player down here in Australia, Team Immunity's Light, who does this, but to actually sort of completely basically wall off the main base here, you can sort of see that everything's sort of covered off at the front side, but sort of limits the space that Zerglings can try and run into if someone were to try and do a Zergling early attack here. But of course, Suppy, a wonderful macro player, is going to be able to get his economy going. We can see him up to 25 drones at the moment, looking to take a third base now that he's got his speed started. Very common way to expand after these gateway expands that Protoss do as a Zerg player is to take your speed, take your third, and then you should be okay. As long as you keep an eye on the gateway count, you keep an eye on any probes that move about the map. Of course, we can see just the Overlord around about. We've got a couple of Xel'Naga watchtowers have been occupied by Suppy, and he's going to have reasonably good vision. So all you need to do is just be very careful about the possibility of early gateway pressures here, and it looks like Hellokitty is not really going to do anything of the sort for the time being. So what is this wall off? Was this a mistake? I think that's a hole there, and then there's a hole here. Yeah, there's 2 holes in the wall here. I'm not sure what's going on, but Suppy may be able to see what's happening here. But you can expect that that the wall is going to be finished off properly here by Hellokitty. I'm just assuming that's a small mistake from him, but we'll find out very soon. It looks as if there will be a Stargate. We've got a Phoenix coming out first for Hellokitty, so going to be just a little bit of pressure. A lot of Protoss players love to throw out that early Phoenix just so you can harass the Overlords around about the map. You want to try and snipe down this one as fast as you can so that you limit the Zerg's vision. We mentioned before that Suppy wants to keep an eye on these gateways, wants to know when they are going to be activated, when Hellokitty is going to look for a possible push, all these kinds of things. And if that Overlord goes down, that's going to be quite annoying for Suppy if he loses that kind of vision. But now, as we can see, around about that standard sort of 7 to 8 minute mark, we see an Overlord diving through the main base here, trying to scout out if there's anything on the way from Hellokitty, but nothing here inside the main, nothing really too revealing as to what is going on. In fact, did Suppy, yeah, he still actually hasn't seen that Stargate there, so he's got to be very careful at this point. He's got to be wondering, well, what's going on right here? Because there could be something crazy, or it could be just a very macro-based build. So we throw down an Evo chamber. We've had the Roach Warren down at the back as well. We'll probably get at least +1 to missile attacks research pretty quickly here, I would say. Suppy is going to grab all of his gases at the main and the natural, so we'll be up to 4 in total. The third base has got a little bit of defense here, just a singular spine crawler. The Queen is here to help out as well, and I think we're now going to finally see Suppy trying to find out what's going on. There you go, he sees what's coming. He can see the Stargate, and of course that Forge as well. The Forge now coming in and activating. Looks, I didn't know that Overlord gets hit by that. Alright, that's interesting to see. I didn't know that. But we can see now that Hellokitty has got 4 Phoenix out. Normally, as we said before, Protoss players like to get the Phoenix out a little bit quicker so that they can go and just start making way for things like, you know, the possible oracles, or things like Warp Prism and this kind of stuff, or the probes to maneuver about the map to throw down proxy pylons. But because he was able to keep it hidden for a little bit of a longer time here, Hellokitty has been able to come across to a little bit more unprepared than you would sort of expect Suppy, and does take out a Queen, gets a few of those drones as well, and that's going to be a really nice sort of opening for the moment for Hellokitty. So this is just going to check out what's happening here at the third base. Finds the Queen, pulls her into a sweet spot, and it takes that down. That is a really nice grab there. You can sort of expect a Protoss to get maybe 1 Queen if you're a little bit, if you miss micro a tiny bit as a Zerg player, but getting 2 like that, especially when you've seen that these Phoenix are around, is a pretty good pickup there for Hellokitty. But it looks like some of the Phoenix in a little bit of trouble here. Spore Crawlers have been placed around about all over the shop here. Hydra's now coming out, as well as +1 weapons is just about to complete here for Suppy. So he is going to have some anti-Phoenix units out in just a moment, which should force this harassment back. So one thing which we can see here is the creep spread is still a little bit lacking for Suppy. We're just waiting to see him sort of start to spread a little bit further out. We'd love to see this a connection here between the third and the natural base, but unfortunately that hasn't been started just yet. But looks as if behind on Hellokitty's side of the map, we do have that finally fully walled off here. Zealot just also across to the side on that the bottom edge there. The +1 weapons has now kicked in. We've got gateways being added on inside the main base, and it looks like it will be just a simple third base coming up from Hellokitty. I don't think he's going to really try and attack into too much here, although those Zealots could be a little bit of an interesting sign of what's to come. We'll find out in a moment. It looks like Suppy is just trying to have a look around about the map. This is that sort of, this is a very standard sort of timing for the Zerg players to say, alright, well, looks like you may be going to try and grab that third base. We want to send in some Lings, we want Hydras and all these things prepared, like the very high DPS units that the Hydras and the Lings can provide, that can assault the third base, possibly knock it down, and if you can keep the Protoss from picking up that third base for quite a while, you can put yourself in a really nice position. So looks as if that is what Suppy is going to go for here. Loses a few drones inside the main base. The total workers killed is up to 12 right now for Hellokitty, so he's doing a very good job, is about to look to secure a third base here. And we'll see how effective this is going to be, because now the Colossus is out. We're going to start to get Void Rays as well, and Hellokitty is going to look towards that very powerful laser death ball of Colossus, Void Rays, and then you've got your Stalkers and sort of a various mixture of other units on the ground. So Suppy needs to do something about this third base if he can right here. Looks like he is going to try and push in a... looks like, wow, actually, he is going to be forced back for the time being. Hellokitty with a lot of Zealots out. They've got +1. +1 armor is also researching right now. And those Phoenix still about for Hellokitty. Lovely to see him using these active units. You always have to keep them zipping about the map as much as he can, trying to snipe off Overlords and things like that. But Hellokitty caught out in the open. One of his Colossi just goes down in the blink of an eye. And the Void Ray also goes down. 2 time warps on these Hydras here, just blocking them out for a short time. but I think the Hellokitty is going to lose a lot of units here. With these Hydras coming in, there is a Colossus up to the side, which is going to help out, but that is a lot of units lost for Hellokitty there. That's a really unfortunate position. A total of 29 units to the 97 Zerg units, but when you consider the efficiency rating of the Protoss units compared to a Zerg, this is going to be a very, very tough time for Hellokitty to keep that third base secured. We can see that Suppy is now starting to get out a few more units. He was he? I think he's missed some injects or something like that, because his rebuilding is just a little bit slower than I kind of anticipated. But looks like the third will stay alive for Hellokitty at the present time. So he's going to try and get that all secured. As we can see, there is a bit of tech going back inside Hellokitty's base. No storm tech just yet. It looks like we are going to stick with that with the Colossus Void Ray style for the time being. Suppy going to take a fourth base over to the right-hand side of the map. We can see that his economy is in a pretty decent shape. 65 drones. We'll probably expect a few more to come out of him very soon, but it looks like he's just going to keep this pressure up. Building up 12 roaches. We've got 3 Hydras, some Corruptors, +1 to flyer attacks is on the way. Melee attacks is also being researched. I'm very intrigued as to that upgrade there, so we may see him switch across into Ultras a little bit later in the game if we do make it that far. So Hellokitty will need to be prepared for that possible switch later on, and he's going to scout about, just try and see what's going on. He does need to scout out this fourth base. I would love to see him just come across and say, alright, there's a fourth, I am fine to macro up and make sure that my economy is in a good position for just a moment longer while we wait for the swarm to get prepared. But Suppy, not one to wait, is going to get some more roaches out. 12 more are on the way. We can see that we're still not really getting double upgrades at all. I'm a little bit surprised about this. He hasn't really invested in that much, but as we can see, he's gonna get started with some more attacking here. Just gonna go on the front foot, try and force Hellokitty on the back foot with a large Colossi force, 4 in total. Some Void Rays are out now as well, and with +2 to weapons, still a moment behind. This attack actually could get a sizable amount of damage done. With the Corruptors here to throw down some corruption on top of the Colossi, blasting apart one of the Colossus just straight away. The Void Rays do clean up a lot of those Corruptors, and while obviously Corruptors can do a pretty decent job when it comes to taking out Colossi, when there are Void Rays around, Corruptors are just a very ugly sort of unit. You see a lot of Zerg players will just say, yeah, I just don't build them anymore. I try and rely on other things. So, as we can see, Suppy now going to push into the third base yet again. Hellokitty should be prepared. He can see those units now coming through, but at the moment he has not reacted. There we go, finally comes across. Some Zealots are going to warp in, and we did see across on the right hand side the Phoenix are getting a little bit of damage done. Not a massive amount, but some of those workers have been reduced here, and Suppy is going to be forced down to the third base. So Hellokitty sitting on a comfortable total of probes here, 68 to the 59 of Suppy, and now with the fourth base still not actually populated at all just as of yet. Suppy could be in a little bit of trouble. We'll see how efficient this engagement is here for Hellokitty. If he can take this out, this is going to be a very, very nice little position for him to be in here. But he does lose some of the Colossi. We can see it's down to a total of 2, but the Void Rays are here and keep up with that count. And wow, Suppy just unfortunately committing very heavily to that attack there. We did see the upgrades were a little bit of an odd situation there for Suppy. His creep spread finally did start making it out, but by this point, Hellokitty able to secure a third base, get his tech up and running. We had +2 to weapons is active and all of that jazz with the Void Rays up in the air as well, and that means a very dead Zerg player. So good game for both players there. Good to see Hellokitty taking a win against a very highly rated Zerg player in the American scene. Hope you all enjoy the match. I'll catch you all next time. He's now just got 1 inside the gas geyser. In fact, he's taken 2 out. So we'll see if he's just planning something a little bit fishy here. But the spawning pool not quivering at the moment. This is one sign that you have to be very careful of when you're approaching